Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to Echo.
We're in a dang cabin.
If we're in Echo.
Yeah, I think even this liminal space is just still Echo. I mean, it's like another dimension, but it's Echo. You can't even go to another dimension to escape Echo. There's just no getting away. It's pretty not good.
Oh my god.
So, speaking of liminal spaces and dimensions, I woke up today and
what a transition.
I needed to figure out a way to talk about this because it's just, to me, it's important.
Oh my god.
So, completely unprompted. I don't know why I was thinking about this at all. I have no idea why. I haven't thought about it in a good couple of years. But do you remember the song Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah.
I woke up thinking about that today.
Isn't he now like actual like rapist Shia LaBeouf?
Is he?
Was that a thing?
I
remember hearing like he did something like really bad to like women in Hollywood. And he
Shia
got
LaBeouf?
and he like got pseudo canceled.
Shia? Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was just kind of being a weirdo and not really bothering anyone. Well, I didn't know that, but yeah, I thought about that song today, so I like watched both like the Tumblr little animated version and then the live version, which was a lot of fun. I remember that. It's from I think the like original like Tumblr version was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, these are old jokes.
Yeah, but it was really good, but it's just a really catchy song.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister was like, yo, he, like, because I had commented about that, like, oh, do you remember the actual cannibal? And she was like, yeah, and he did all of this to, like, other women. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay.
What?
That makes sense. I was like, I wasn't even surprised when I heard it. I was just like, that makes sense.
I guess.
When someone looks like that.
That's a shame, but I honestly hadn't heard anything about it. But, you know, I don't really keep up with most folks. But yeah, it temporarily knocked the song from Encanto out of my head, but then that song came back and kind of just hung out. It's a good song.
It's like not even the best song in the movie.
It's not. There's like,
granted, I love the transitions in that song.
No. It's such a
like the actual like boarding and directing in that sequence. I really like.
That's a song that you watch, not just listen to.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean,
I feel like that's all the music in that movie.
Yeah, like so I've listened to the soundtrack.
Like Lin-Manuel's music isn't good enough on its own. You kind of need a visual aspect to help it out.
For that, I mean, like, because like if you think about like if you compare the songs from this to like say Moana.
Yeah. Moana's couldn't even hold water even with the visuals. No,
but you can much more easily sing and remember the lyrics to the Moana songs as opposed to like any of the Encanto songs. like genuinely. I'm not saying they're bad, but just
I don't remember the lyrics in anything from like Moana.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. That's fine.
Maybe it's because I know how this is gonna sound. I've listened to the soundtrack for Moana in Japanese more than I've heard it in English.
Wow. Is it really good though?
It's pretty good. I like it more.
I might have to find that.
Yeah,
that
so like
really
because I had found the Japanese Disney music, like the official like Japanese Disney music YouTube channel. And the only soundtracks they had on there was like Coco and Moana.
Huh. That's so fun. I like that. And Coco in Japanese, because I like it. I like the songs in Coco in Spanish.
Yeah.
But like,
look, my proud Kokoro.
my proud Kokoro. That's so good. I'm gonna have to listen to those. But it's like, you know, it's one of those. I imagine it's one of those things that just, you know, singing in Japanese sometimes just is better.
No, that's weeby.
See.
I just wanted to listen to it because I thought it was funny. I had access to it.
See, my argument stands because we don't get shit in Japanese like we do in English, like, or have a lot of finny fun. It's not the translation. It's It's not what they say in Japanese. Kingdom Hearts 2. Nuh-uh. No.
Ananasi.
Subarashi. I like the Japanese. I remember a long time ago I pirated the Kingdom Hearts 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
And they only I had downloaded the ones with the English version, the Japanese versions of the songs. It was really good. It's way better.
Wow, amazing.
But just, just one of those things.
It is what it is. I choke on whatever I'm about to say next and leap up awkwardly onto my injured ankle.
Oh yeah, Jenna's gonna burn the thing.
Yeah. Jenna! Luckily, Jenna's only about 5 feet away, and I practically fall onto her, pushing her away from the candle. We both fall against the bench under the window. And Jenna's hand smacks against my nose, bringing tears to my eyes. I yelp as she pulls her fingers in, raking lines of fire down my nose with her claws.
Jeez, she's just mean this time, huh?
Well, that's just Jenna in her natural state.
She's more physically violent this time.
Well, physical, emotional violence, it feels the same sometimes.
I mean, I'd rather someone call me a bad name than stab me with a knife.
We should test that.
No, I mean, it's like that meme of her in bed, hurt me, and then me, and it says like something scathing, like some bad opinion about something. She's like, stop, and then it continues. It's a pretty good meme.
That's terrible.
I want to see if I could find an example.
Oh my god, what do you do? Like, just see like Sword Art's a good anime. Like, oh no, stop.
Yeah, like it's like the hurt me text meme.
Do you think Haas likes Sword Art?
I hope not. Yeah, it's like the me during sex. Hurt me. Them. You were never that smart. You just were good at reading as a child, so you were given special attention and it gave you a complex. Me. Wait. Them. You don't try at school because you're convinced your natural intellect will save you, but you don't have it. Just like shit like that. During sex. Me. I want you to hurt me. Her. I don't like the movie Ratatouille. What? Her. Yeah, it's kind of cute, but I just can't stop thinking about the fact that an actual rat is touching everyone's food. Like, that breaks tons of health violations, and it's super gross. Me. Stop.
Nah, we're breaking up. Like, that is a hard... Our relationship is over.
Yeah, like, actually.
If someone's like, nah, Ratatouille's not a good movie, it's like, that's the only decently made Pixar movie. Everything else is like fine to bad.
Yeah. I mean, Coco's good, right?
Yeah, but it's fine. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna actually dare say it's within the same tier as Ratatouille?
I like Ratatouille way more, yeah.
Like, WALL-E can be up there too, that's fine. That has a solid 40 minutes of being amazing, and then the rest of the movie happens. But
yeah. Oh, this one's for you. Me during sex. Hurt me. Them. You have no style or sense of fashion. Me. I think that depends on them. No. That wasn't a question. So yeah, that's a meme format that I really enjoy. I think it's very funny.
Oh my god. There's a pounding in my ears, and I distantly register that the drums have started up again. She twists out from under me and pulls away from the bench. When the fuck did she get this strong? I numbly keep my grip on her wrists, and she spins, swinging me away from her.
Damn.
I lose my grip and stumble back, stepping wrong on my foot and re-bending my ankle the exact same way I did last time.
Oh, no.
Oh, another counter. Let's go. Another trip. Yeah, let's go.
never more have I felt related to Chase in such a way.
Yeah, is that what happened when you went out for barbecue chips at 3 a.m.?
I didn't injure it twice. Thank you very much.
Okay. Or was it 2 a.m.?
Okay, so I mean, there's two opinions of that story. If you ask me, who knew what time it was when we were going out, it was like maybe just before midnight.
Oh, okay.
If you ask my mom, who I had to wake up to come help bring me inside, it was like 2 a.m. So, you know, the jury is out. We may not actually know.
Did you have to call her?
Yeah. Well, so Johnny was with me. So he at least helped get me off the ground and set me up on like the trunk of a car that was nearby. But then he had to. Well, I didn't call it. He went inside and woke my parents up because we were both living with my parents at the time. So, but yeah, that was fun. Mm-hmm.
You'll never live that down.
No, I don't.
I
we don't need
yelp
to keep
again,
talking about
and
it.
much more loudly this time as I crumple to the ground. Carl swears and jumps over me at Jenna. Wait! I try to grab him by the hoof that passes over me, but I miss miserably. As I sit up, I hear an ungodly, bestial snarl as I look up to see Carl wrestling and kicking and scratching Jenna to the ground.
That is fucking it.
He pins her there while she writhes under him, trying to scratch at his face.
Stop it, guys!
Raven is still standing off to the side, his paws on his head, pulling on his ears. He's too much of a good boy. He doesn't want to see violence.
Yeah, he is.
I crawl over to their writhing bodies, one eye wincing shut as each movement sends a lightning bolt through my leg. I grab at Jenna's hand, forcing them down above her head.
Speaking of lightning bolts, sorry, just had a thought.
No, Raigeki is still at 1.
Darn, such a shame.
Yeah.
No. You probably don't know about this, and I only discovered it sometime earlier this year. But there is a musical based on Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief.
Okay.
Because, you know, I know you're familiar with Percy Jackson to a degree. You know, the book's based on the hit movie Sea of Monsters, and it's prequel, The Lightning Thief.
Sea of Monsters is such a good, bad, young adult fiction, thing.
It's a time.
I really miss the YA genre.
We hit the golden age and then moved beyond it.
I blame Hunger Games.
That's valid.
For ending it.
That's valid because it did in fact end it.
Like, it kind of started it and ended it, and that was a little sad.
Mm-hmm. Because we haven't really had any adaptations like that for a while.
No. Mm-hmm. I remember, there was the Divergent films.
Yeah, that was post Hunger Games.
Yeah, it was post Hunger Games. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What happened to Maze Runner and shit? That was like a YA.
Yeah, well, there was
series.
3 movies.
Yeah.
So I assume they just finished its adaptation and everyone went home.
I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, there's a musical based on The Lightning Thief. Songs are not bad. They're not all good.
I wouldn't want it to be.
They're not all good. There's some songs that are pretty strong, like the prologue, like the very the opening number, which is the prologue that leads.
Where can you watch this?
YouTube.
Okay, so it's not officially available.
It's not a broad. It was off Broadway for a while. Mm-hmm. So I read up about it, and when it was doing small local things, it was being really praised, and people said it was really good and enjoyed it. But then when it moved even close to Broadway, when it was off Broadway, people were like, "Wow, this is shit." So it didn't do great. But
how much does it adapt? Is it just Lightning Thief?
Just The Lightning Thief. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of fun. I mean, the vocal performances are pretty good. The girl who plays Annabeth, her voice is a little bit annoying.
Oh, so it's perfect.
A little bit. What's kind of weird though, the guy, Rob, Reznicki or something like that.
Wow, that's a name.
That's a name. He plays Percy. He wrote it. He wrote the play and plays Percy. He's not even. He doesn't even have black hair. He's a blonde guy. They did the reverse of like Annabeth in the films. It's
Is
like
Annabeth blonde?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Grover's like, he looks like Grover, I think.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and like he's got some good songs. I'd say the casting was pretty good for the most part.
Man, I remember thinking like Grover was such a waste of space.
Just generally.
Yeah. So when they replaced him with Tyson in the second book, I was like,
10.
bruh, this is so much better.
10 out of 10. I mean, I don't think Grover's a bad character.
I just think he's really boring. He feels like the character that's there to just repeat things.
Yeah,
for the audience.
I mean, they needed the surrogate like the.
But I also don't think they do.
No, but at the same time, yeah. Well, I guess
you already have Percy, who's like the wide-eyed, like
yeah.
Oh, I don't know, so everything has to be explained to him. Fucking whatever.
Well, he needed a best friend. Which they did with Tyson, but
yeah,
they
like, he's just the better best friend.
That's why they had to upgrade him in the second one. They upgraded it. It's fine. It's fine. No Tyson, but no. I'd say the.
I also think they fucked up. Annabeth shouldn't have been in the main trio. It should have been Clarice. Was that her name?
Oh yeah, the Ares daughter.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a fun dynamic.
I think it should have been her, Percy, and Tyson.
But they needed to ship. They needed to ship Percy off with someone, so they did.
Well, yeah, you have Tyson right there.
They're half brothers.
All right. Well, yeah, whatever. It's Greek gods. They're all related.
That's facts, though.
they're just all facts.
I mean, like, so in the book you had Charlie Beckendorf and Selena Gomez. Not Selena Gomez. Her name was Selena. Kyle.
I'm just gonna call her Selena Gomez.
Selena.
Was this part of the second cast?
Yeah. Well, some
like the next set.
No. Some of the just some of the other characters in the first book series.
Shit, I don't even remember the side characters.
Because like there was Charlie Beckendorf, who was the head of the Hephaestus cabin.
Oh shit, I don't remember them.
Who was dating Selena? I'm pretty sure was her name from the Aphrodite cabin.
Yeah.
And in Greek mythology, well, Aphrodite is like married to Hephaestus.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of weird. But I mean, I know it's not their kids per se, but like,
yeah,
it's whatever. But Aphrodite was always like sneaking off to cheat on Hephaestus with Ares. So like that was the thing too.
They're all related.
No, they're all related and they all fuck, but it's fine.
Weird.
It's weird, but
whatever.
It's fine. Yeah, don't even worry about it.
You're kind of just like, it's so far and like.
Yeah. See, they had to they put basically the two farthest that they could with Poseidon and Athena with Percy and Annabeth. Because there's no real. Well, I mean, Athena is a daughter of Zeus, so Poseidon is kind of her uncle.
Hot.
So it's kind of weird still, but whatever. What the hell ever. No, the second set of books is really good though.
No.
The Champions of Olympus.
Didn't they like actually make Nico gay?
They
and then still didn't actually.
They never said the words. They never said the words.
Well, yeah, so YA book.
But they like just implied it with like but are you? Yeah. And then but yeah, stuff like that. Because through House of Hades, I think, when they're doing that one, because they're trying to rescue Percy and Annabeth from
I couldn't believe they were the cover characters.
Right.
When you hear like House of Hades, you're like, oh, we'll see like.
Well, he's not on the cover, but Nico's there.
It's Nico and what was the other bitch? Who was like that hung out with Nico for a while?
Hazel? No.
Yeah. Well, she's the other girl who was like the daughter
of Pluto.
Yeah.
She's technically daughter of Pluto.
I don't care.
I was super into these books.
I don't care.
I think
it's the same difference.
It is. I know. I think just this year I finished quote unquote rereading. I listened to the audiobooks of them. But anyway, yeah, Hazel's the other one. So because the cast in the second half in that second series of books is pretty big. Because
you have a new main character named Jason, right?
He's one of the new main characters. Who's a son of Zeus / Jupiter, whatever. But Thalia, Talia. I've heard her name pronounced a bunch of different
Oh
ways.
yeah, that bitch.
Talia Grace. She was cool. She was the goth chick.
Yeah.
Alt
Did
goth
she
chick.
die? Or...
No, she died. I mean, she started out dead and then came back. But she becomes because she's part of the prophecy, and they're like, oh, we gotta kill her, blah blah blah. She becomes the hunter of Artemis. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't age anymore. Because it's when.
Yeah, I stopped in Titan's Curse. That was the last one I read.
That's the one that she was in. And that's the one where Nico shows up. And then
of course,
Nico fucks off because he's like, fuck you, Percy, you got my sister killed. And then leaves.
Facts, though?
A little bit, but whatever. That was good. I enjoyed it. Man, I like those books. I'm talking about them.
When are you going to watch the Sea of Monsters movie?
We'll see.
It's such a good, bad YA movie.
I don't know if I can do that.
It's so good.
I was thinking about rereading the books again before watching that film.
It has one of the greatest lines in all of cinema where Luke just stares down Percy and says, "What are you doing? Get off my boat."
Is that at the beginning of the movie? Because that's how that movie... No,
it's way later in the movie.
Yeah. Well, because...
It's when they're both on, their respective boat mission. And, Percy ends up on Luke's boat.
Oh, right, yeah. That does happen in Sea of Monsters.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about in the fourth or fifth book, it starts out with them invading Luke's boat. Because he has, a cruise ship. It's called the Andromeda. That's full of monsters. Did they do that in the movie?
No.
No, it's just a different boat because they're on a boat to go rescue Grover from.
Not worth it.
That's why. Yeah, that's why they're on their quest. That's
yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The whole thing in Sea of Monsters gotta rescue fucking Grover.
It's Percy's best friend.
We care so much.
It's Percy's best friend, Josh.
I don't care. They knew each other for a day.
They knew each other for a year.
It's fine. It's fine. And he knows Tyson for a year.
That's true. But Tyson had gotten responsibilities. Grover was being busy being a heretic. Because remember, the Satyr Council or whatever the fuck hated him because he said, "Oh, Pan contacted me," and they're like, "You're a fucking liar. Get the fuck out of here." And he was busy being a heretic.
Oh my god.
Thanks for coming to my Percy Jackson talk, everyone.
I hope you liked 10 minutes of fucking that.
Tune in for more because I really like talking about it.
Oh my god, no. Jenna, stop. Jenna suddenly kicks one of her legs up between Carl's legs, and he kneels over.
Damn, what a bitch. Fuck!
He crumples over on top of Jenna, lying on her legs as he tries to pin her thighs together. I look down to Jenna's face. Stop it! What the hell are you doing? Jenna snarls up at me, but it's softer this time. Her struggles die down a little, and after holding my gaze for about 10 seconds, she looks away. I relax my grip a bit, gasping as I try to rearrange my foot so there's not so much pressure on my ankle. I don't know. I pull the piece of paper out of her limp fingers and push away from her, waiting to see if she'll come after me again. She doesn't, instead just laying there with her hands above her head, staring at the ceiling. Raven? Raven's still with his fingers twisted around his ears, looks over at me.
Yeah?
Take Jenna upstairs. Take a nap or something. I think we need to keep separate. I think we need to be kept separate for now. As Raven hurries over to Jenna, Carl rolls off with a groan. Raven's easily able to coax Jenna up off the floor, and they head upstairs, and Jenna looking down at the floor all the while. I scoot over to Carl, holding my breath as each drag sends another spasm through my leg. He's on his side, hands between his legs, as he squints at the wall. Once he notices me, he looks at my ankle.
Fuck, are you okay, man?
Yep. No, I don't think so. I stepped on it wrong again.
God damn it. What the fuck is our problem?
It's okay. You're just gonna have to carry me again. Carl chuckles before letting out another softer groan.
What did I say about getting beat up all the time?
Are you okay?
No, she kicked me in the fucking balls.
I sit quietly for a moment, the pain in my ankle fading into a more cold, electric sting rather than molten lava. What the hell is going on? Oh, why would she try to burn it? Carl is quiet for a moment, and then he looks up at me again.
You know, right?
What?
I could be wrong, since nothing makes sense here.
What?
You know this probably has something to do with James and John.
I rub the back of my head again, feeling a bump swelling up already. Didn't we already figure that's what's going on?
I mean, with Jenna. You know how James was sort of talking to me?
Yeah, like he told you what to find.
Yeah, but I think something is talking to Jenna, too.
John?
Maybe.
To make you guys fight. Were they lovers? Would there be a reason for John wanting this paper not to be read? Carl doesn't say anything, choosing to roll onto his back and lay his hands out to either side of him. I look down at the paper in my hand. Well, should I read this now, or wait for the others?
Might as well do it now. She might try something again.
Alright, I'm gonna read it out loud then. Carl waves a hand in the air, indicating that I should go ahead. I scoot back against the wall so that I can stretch my legs out, and then start reading. My dearest John, I've been hearing terrible things lately. They say that you're being accused. They're accusing me of the most egregious monstrosities. I dare not believe them. In fact, I will not until I hear your words for myself. There must be some misunderstanding. Has one of my many political enemies pitted you against me? Are they using the missing native boys as a weapon against my campaign? I would not think that to be below them, but what concerns me most is you. Please, visit me at my mansion. We must speak on this. I very much look forward to your company and believe that we can soon set this straight. Yours forever, James. I look up at Carl. He looks back at me. So, what do you think that means? Carl rubs inconspicuously at his crotch.
I guess something went wrong between James and John?
Well, yeah, but what? It sounds like he tried to frame him or something. I remember the newspaper clipping that had somehow gone up in flames. Hey, that newspaper article that burned up said something about the Meseta kid that went missing.
So native kids were going missing and John used it to get at James somehow?
Maybe. We still don't know if John was doing it anyway. James doesn't seem to know either. I wonder if we'd have been better off if Carl had a little bit of James in him right now. At least then we'd have a better idea of what is going on, maybe. Then again, the situation is so volatile with Jenna. I'm kind of glad we don't have another ghost to deal with in Carl. I look at the ram who's in the middle of pulling his waistband out to look at his junk. If James is still influencing Carl somehow, then he isn't really showing it. You okay? Carl abruptly lets go of the waistband, letting it snap back against his waist.
Huh? Yeah, I'm fine.
And your, balls okay? Carl smiles ruefully?
Ruefully.
Ruefully. What does that mean?
Full of rue.
I don't know what that means.
Are you...
We'll scroll back.
Okay, it's just rue.
Ruefully.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Ruefully.
Okay. In a way that expresses sorrow or regret, especially in a wry or humorous way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. They look fine. It's still kind of hurt.
I think about making a joke about making them feel better, but that doesn't really feel appropriate right now.
All right, then. I'm actually more worried about Jenna, and not just because she can beat me up.
Yeah. It seemed that at this point, Jenna isn't really Jenna anymore.
Should we talk to her about it? About, I don't know, resisting it? It's worked for me.
I look in the direction of the door as a loud click emanates from it. Carl's long ears perk, and he follows my gaze. We both stare at it for a few seconds.
Do you think?
Maybe. Slowly, Carl gets to his feet, still a little bow-legged, and hobbles towards the door. Careful. I say, a little apprehensive, that something might open it from the other side. Carl doesn't say anything and slowly shuffles towards the door, pausing in front of it for a few seconds. Slowly, he reaches out and rests a hand on the handle, then gives it a slight push. It shifts open a few inches. Carl looks back at me.
I think we should get the others.
Nah, leave him. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
We all stand around the door, Carl to my right and Raven to my left. Raven and I making sure that there's maximum distance between Jenna and Carl.
Wow. 2 whole people lengths.
Yeah. The door still shifted open a few inches, and the vertical black void is revealed a little ominous.
So we just go through? I don't know, man. That's what we did last time, right?
Yeah. I feel like the real question is if we really want to go through the door in the first place. Is it just going to lead to another terrible place where terrible things happen? I feel a void similar to the one I'm looking at open up in my chest. The thought of being trapped in a loop, going through door after door, that leads to nothing but horror. Already this place was having an effect on Jenna that seems to be getting worse with each passing hour. How much longer can she keep it together? What did the letter say? I tense up. Anything she does now is putting me on edge, like I'm just waiting for her to lash out again. My hands drift conspiratorially.
There you go.
To my pocket where the folded up letter is. Why would you do that?
Like literally.
I glanced to my right as Carl had just, but he's got his eyes on the door. A few things, just more history stuff. About what? I decide that moment that I have to lie. We just need to keep Jenna or John calm if we want to get through this. I have a feeling that Jenna and John wouldn't want to hear about James revealing what I assume are secrets. I didn't read anything about John trying to sabotage James in my research, but maybe that's what James is trying to tell us. So I shrug my shoulders, moving my hand away from my pocket. Stuff about the mind, how there wasn't enough of it to sustain the town. I'm worried Jenna might challenge my lie for whatever reason. She doesn't say anything, though, and Carl just keeps on staring straight ahead. Raven suddenly claps his hands together, making Carl and I jump.
Asshole. So, should we open it?
I mean, I kind of like that. That's funny.
It is pretty funny.
Raven reaches out. Wait! The husky pauses and looks back at me, expectantly, his black ears tipped forward. Should we do this? I mean, it's probably going to lead to another place where we have to find another thing.
Yeah?
So maybe we shouldn't keep going. I stumble over my words, trying to piece together my feelings and put them into sentences as I go. I just think that there's They're not really on our side, you know. I make an effort not to look at Jenna. So, if they're not, why are we doing what they want us to do? I realize I'm shaking now, and I make an effort to make my hand still. That's when I feel something big and warm slide into my right hand, and I glance down to find Carl holding it. He gives me a quick look and a small smile before returning his attention back to the door.
What else should we do?
Raven's tone isn't accusatory, but it is genuinely curious. I don't have a very good answer. Well, maybe we could find a way back somehow. Maybe we're still in Carl's house right now. Carl's house. That place seems like it's thousands of miles and years away at this point. Maybe we can, wake ourselves up somehow. Raven doesn't respond, and neither does anyone else.
They need the kick.
I realize how stupid I must sound. Sorry, I just feel like we're just taking things too fast right now. Carl gives me another squeeze.
Hey, dude. We're all a little scared. We can talk about things.
Carl looks past me at Raven and Jenna.
No rush. I'm actually starting to feel the same way. Why did I read it like that? I'm actually starting to feel the same way. That's a little interesting there.
Yeah, I don't know why there's an A there.
I don't either.
It should be an and, right?
And actually?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think
like when the following word starts with a vowel, you use an instead of
and. Yeah, but I don't think the A should be there at all.
I know.
Yes. Yes, you are correct. Yes. Grammatically, you are correct. As far as your syntax here. Mm-hmm.
I feel my cheeks burn at the way I'm holding everyone back because I'm scared.
So, when I had that guy in my head, I sort of felt like he was taking us somewhere.
Carl runs his hand, runs the hand, not holding mine, one of his horns, scratching at it.
Like an endpoint, you know?
Raven fidgets with one of his ears.
Like a good endpoint? Yeah, man, I think so.
That doesn't sound very convincing. You can stay here if you want, Otter.
Damn.
It takes me a second to realize she's talking to me.
Jenna just says, fuck you, bro.
Savage. Is she really that gone? I just hope that if we reach the end of this, we can get her back somehow.
Whoa, Jenna, that's crazy.
I cough to clear my throat. No, I'll go. I just want to think about it for a second. Have you thought about it then? Yeah. I look at Carl, but he only offers me a shrug and a comforting rub on the shoulder. Well, if that's all then, let's go. Jenna steps forward to grab the door handle, and I bite my tongue to keep from saying we should wait. I wait again. The door swings open to reveal blackness, just like the last time. Unlike the last time, though, there's a spot of flickering light in the distance. The fire. Everything's quiet right now. No drum beat, but the darkness is not unnatural. It's inky and thick, like it's alive. I get the unnerving feeling that it's trying to eat the light from the fire. Maybe towards the fire. Jenna suddenly steps forward, and just like that, she's swallowed up by the darkness.
In the darkest darkness.
Stop. Jenna, wait! She ignores me. Carl gives me another shrug.
Well, if she is being persuaded, I guess she knows where she's going.
I see her form pass in front of the firelights. Yeah, a few times, then she's gone.
All right, here we go.
And despite his nervousness, Raven still sounds cheerful about stepping into oblivion.
You ready, dude?
I look over at Carl, and he's gazing back at me warmly, an encouraging smile on his face.
Dude, I'm reaching my limits too. If we have to do another place like this...
His ears droop, looking almost defeated. I nod, swallowing as quietly as I can. He pulls me into his side by my hand and wraps my arm around his shoulder.
Just stay close, okay?
Yeah. I step forward with him, and immediately we're immersed in blackness. Not only do things go dark visually, but the change is physical too. I don't know if it's all in my head, but I feel heavier, like the darkness is pushing down on my shoulders. It's colder too, to the point where I can feel the heat radiating off Carl's body when I brush up against him.
Doing okay, man?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm good.
The going is slow, and not just because of my injury, probably broken ankle. The ground is uneven and rocky, like we're outside walking in the desert. Which I realize is exactly what we're doing when we walk straight into what looks like sagebrush.
Oh, is this
probably full of ticks?
Is this the time? Does he talk about ticks a bunch in this route, or
no? It's pretty much just in Leo's route.
Oh, okay, right. Okay.
It just they really only bring it up like 4 times, but like it's just enough to where it's like,
damn, Chase.
Okay.
I mean, hey, tick paranoia is pretty real. I kind of get that way of like constantly checking for like probably the first 2 or 3 weeks of summer. Well, like, because I mean, when I worked outside, like especially working kind of in rural places.
No, I get it.
It's kind of all over the place, and I'm not trying to get the lime. You know what I'm saying? Because that would suck. I'm not trying to get the lime.
It's fine. Carl thrashes around with a hand not holding on to me, and we're able to sort of stumble around it. Where the hell are we? I mutter as I stub my toe painfully on the rock.
Outside?
Yeah, but where outside?
The desert, right?
So do you think we're still in Echo? Carl's quiet for a moment.
Maybe, but not really. Not really? I mean, I don't think we can just walk to our houses.
I wonder if maybe all the others, TJ, Leo, and Flynn, are out here too, in the darkness. I want to call out, but I'm too nervous that's going to attract something to us. I still remember the dark figure dancing around the fire we're walking towards at the very moment. We're close enough now that I'm starting to be able to make out Carl in the darkness. I look back to the house to see how far we've gone. All that I can make out right now are 2 rectangular lights. One from the door we came out of, and one from the kitchen window. In the latter, a dark figure stands, framed by the faint light inside. I squint, not really sure what I'm seeing. Then it moves, disappearing from the window. I stop walking, and Carl stops with me, looking back over his shoulder.
What?
I don't... Did one of the others go back? The black figure appears again, this time in the doorway of the house. I don't even have time to react to that before it steps forward, and the dark swings shut with the distant snap. Oppressive blackness takes its place. I grab onto Carl more tightly.
What the hell?
My mind flashes back to the black thing I'd seen crawling around the wardrobe. Come on! I nudge into Carl's aside, trying to get him to hurry along with, while resisting the urge to try and run on my twisted ankle. I'm realizing that it might come to that. Raven! Jenna! I call out into the darkness ahead of us, wanting to warn them. Over our ragged breathing, though, there's dead silence all around us, except for a drum beat.
Uh-oh.
Either way, either they can't hear us, or they can't respond. Carl's grip onto me with both of his hands, practically hauling me off my feet, as he pulls me along. Suddenly, he stops.
What the fuck am I doing?
He lets me go and crouches down in front of me.
On my back.
I'm there before he even finishes a sentence, and soon my face is bouncing off of his hard skull as he starts sprinting towards the fire. Whether it's in my head or not, I swear I can hear a slithering sound behind me, like a snake sliding over dry leaves. I shiver, not wanting to look back, but I do anyway, trying to peer into the darkness. Of course I can't see anything, but I swear something flashes in front of the lone rectangle of the light, coming from the cabinet's kitchen window. The rustling sound gets louder, and now I can't pretend that I'm imagining it. It casts a picture inside my head. The black shadow creature contorts and bends, and bending through the sagebrush that Carl was having so much trouble moving through. I hold on to one of his horns and lean towards his ear. Hey.
Aw, he came down.
Hello.
There he is.
Scratch, scratch, scratch.
What are you doing here? He's like, I figure I could grace you all with my presence.
Is that Ash's voice?
I don't know.
Does he have a dopey voice?
He has a dopey face, but I don't think he has a dopey voice. I think he's got a voice more like this. Hey, guys, what's up?
Oh, I always thought of him more as like a bitchy bitch.
A bitchy bitch?
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
I don't think
What
that.
you doing?
He tries to act all cool and soon. No. Come on up. I know you want to.
Carl, it's getting close. And then my stomach lurches as it feels like the floor just suddenly drops away.
They run off a cliff.
Next thing I know, my nose smacks hard into the back of Carl's head before I flip over, landing on my back in what feels like a sea of sharp rocks. I lay there for a second, dazed, staring at the black ocean above me, wondering if any of this is real. Am I still dreaming? Maybe I'll just wake up in my dorm, probably late to my legal and ethics issues in journalism class. What? Legal? Ethics?
Yeah.
No one cares about that in journalism.
Not really, but
The only ethics I care about is Ethics Buster.
Ethics Buster.
Man, that deck is so trash now.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah. Hello? Cat?
He's being a lad.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Tail?
He liked the scratches. He looked at him
Boring
scratches.
like any animal.
Fuck, are you okay?
My muffled voice breaks through my haze of confusion and pain. Then I'm being yanked back up at Carl as Carl pulls me to my feet and clumsily shoves me back onto his back.
Sorry.
Sorry. Fine. I can barely mumble through my numb mouth, which feels like full of pennies. I can see I'm making black stains on the back of Carl's shirt. I feel like my face is caved in. Wow. I wonder if my nose is broken, or the fear of the pursuit and return, and I quickly clutch at Carl's horns before he resumes his sprint. He finally comes to a stumbling halt in front of the massive bonfire, which had looked so small from the cabin.
This looks kind of eerie, honestly.
I like it.
It's neat.
We both stare up at it, the heat almost unbearable. The whispering behind me reaches a crescendo, the hissing just over my shoulder. What are we supposed to do? My voice raises to a pitch as I look back behind us, the black shape now discernible in the firelight as it slithers around the rock and sagebrush. It's like a person imitating a snake.
Is it Shadow Chase?
I don't know.
Is he hanging out?
I grip onto Carl as he turns to face it, and then takes a step back, then another.
I don't know.
I cling to the ram, and I can feel him trembling underneath me. As the creature reaches the edge of the circle of firelight, Carl turns and starts running past the fire. And then my muscles seize up, my jaw clenches, my eyes roll back, and I feel myself falling backwards. Ooh. The heat is almost unbearable, and my fur is damp from sweat, the skin underneath itching and uncomfortable. I can feel the sun on my face, the brightness turning the inside of my eyelids a dazzling red. I don't want to open them, though. No. I just want to sleep. I almost do fall asleep, but a distant chorus of shouts and screams jolt me back awake. Now I do try to open my eyes, but I can't. It's like they're glued shut. I reach up to paw at them, but my arms won't lift. I must be dreaming, stuck in a paralysis. So I lay there, listening to the shouting and screaming, imagining an angry mob. After what seems like hours, the voices fade and the red turns deeper, darker, blood-like, as if the sun is setting. And that's when I finally drift away, back to sleep.
Huh.
I think we'll end the part here.
Okay. Yeah. That was whack.
It's fun. It's fun.
I wonder what's going on.
It's exciting.
I'm a little on the tense.
a little shooketh.
I'm a little tenseth.
It's all right. I'll see you around, everyone.